Welcome to the loop.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the loop.
Yay.
It's a talk show about video games, and my name is Eric, and as always, I'm joined by Kyle.
Hola.
And Jeremiah.
This guy.
And the Kuipers. Thank
Howdy.
you for joining us, because it makes the things happen, and you make the show go. You
So it brings us back every week.
Trevor, he fell down and got a boo-boo on his knee, so he's
Yesterday.
gone. Yesterday. So, anyways, welcome to the Loop. It's a talk show about video games. How's everyone doing?
I'm good.
I'm still riding the old West.
A bunch of tub thumpers up in this house.
Yeah.
That's
I've been
right.
playing so many games. My Cox internet told me that I downloaded too much.
You made me nervous there. You made me real nervous there.
Well, we're going to talk about
He
that
was-
later. No.
The games were affecting him in ways he had never experienced.
Well, I mean,
I've been playing so many good games.
not since that volleyball game from Japan on the Nintendo.
What Jolliver says, initially Fallout get at the moment, or Fallouting.
I think he's saying that he is just starting Fallout at the moment,
okay.
or Fallouting at the moment.
So I thought about starting that. I haven't bought it. I didn't buy it, and I thought about it because I was just like, I want to know what it is. I want to experience it, but I'm
You can borrow
scared.
the disc after I put it in for a day and check it out.
and go, I hate this.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's coming on GameFly for me too because I messed
Are
up.
you guys all Xbox in it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got it. I'll get it on Xbox.
Okay.
Is that
So-
a downside for you?
No, I've
Oh.
ever since I got the One X, I've been playing almost everything on the Xbox, just because it's like almost like it's like a low grade PC quality of everything, and
Yeah.
it's
Right.
like, but it's
It
not,
actually plays more games at full 4K.
yeah. But I mean, I don't have a 4K
Then-
TV, so it doesn't
okay.
matter. But I just like the high texture rates, like our high textures and stuff, high
Sure.
res textures look a lot better.
Nice.
But it's like it's part of it is just, I mean, I've always been a console player more than PC, and part of it's just easy,
Sitting on the couch.
especially with all of the games installed, and you can just
swap between them.
turn it on. You grab the controller, you turn it on, you're playing games.
Like on
Where-
my PC today, I decided to load up Scum, and before I did, guess what I had to do? Update my video driver because they had a new NVIDIA driver that came out yesterday.
I know, and it's not that. There are certain things that, I mean, PCs can do that I get it that consoles can't, but man, for the most part, I just enjoy the easiness of the consoles sometimes.
Yeah.
And so I've been buying a lot of my games on Xbox just because I'm like, well, for one, like, I mean, like Red Dead, it wasn't a PC option, so
Yeah.
you're gonna get it on console.
Right.
Although it is coming out on PC, right?
No,
Later.
It
It's
hasn't been
rumored.
announced.
Someone
I
got
thought
into
it
the
was announced.
someone
Or
got
no, that's what it
someone
was.
got into the code of the app, the companion app on
Yeah.
the phone, and saw that
There's
there
an
was a
actual
piece.
companion.
Yeah,
app?
I downloaded it
Yeah.
and then never even used it.
Oh, it's
I
great.
never
Yeah.
even found it.
Yeah, it
I
says
looked
all your
before
socials.
It came out, and then I didn't look after that.
It has all your social stuff on it, like
you
your
can
photos.
do. I think the
and
first one
everything,
you
and
could
then
do it
has,
too. You can buy things out of the shop and then it'll just show up next time you load the game.
It has like your map, and it's real time, so you could like have it on an iPad, and you can see your character moving around the map while
They
you're
did it
playing
on
the
the
game.
Don't
first,
mind me.
first
I'm just
one too,
downloading
right?
it
No,
right
you're
now.
thinking of Fallout.
Oh, you're
Yeah,
right.
Fallout
right.
did that.
But the shop thing, I did use the shop thing once because I was like, ooh, I'm gonna go buy this new hat, and I did.
Jolliver, let us know your initial reactions to Fallout
Yeah.
76. I mean, from the beta, it seemed like a lot of people were kind of saying it
Poo-poo.
wasn't that great.
Yeah, it sounded like at least the perception that I got from what I had read was that it was very much just the exact same thing
As Fallout 4?
as Fallout 4. Like that there wasn't really anything that stood out or made
So
it
it's
feel like
pretty.
it was any. Well, I mean,
it's dirty pretty.
but I mean that's the thing. Like
I don't think
Fallout
Fallout 4 was
I
pretty
didn't
at
think it
all.
was pretty. I felt like it was
okay.
maybe a hair polished up from 3. And I mean, there was so much that you could tell was just
It's like
entirely recycled.
it's like it's got better lighting effects. Like the engine, the lighting engine's
Yeah.
better. Some of the particle
The way
effects
it's
are better
rendering
and
it.
stuff like that.
Right.
And the textures are maybe a little bit higher res than 3. But it's still, other than that, it's just that same janky Bethesda engine, which is
Yep.
also disturbing that they pretty much came out and said, hey, yeah, the next Elder Scrolls and Starlight or whatever it's called, the space game they're making, they're all going to run on the same engine. And I'm just like, come on, guys. Like, I mean, this engine is fine for what it was at the time, but it's so glitchy. Like, it's just so full of jank. And Fallout 4, I enjoyed it, but it's just like, I felt like, okay,
But
I'm
there was
forgiving
still plenty of jank.
yeah,
that you
I'm
had to
forgiving a
forgive,
lot
yeah.
of jank because I bet this is the last game on this engine. And then they announced 76, and then you find out that the new Elder Scrolls and so on. Like, it's just
It was like you would walk into invisible like
indivisible.
invisible
justice
like
for all.
corners of things that what it looked like was it was like 10 feet in front of you, but you'd hit something and you'd have to kind of go around it, and there was a lot of weird stuff.
Hey, I like the
indoors
base
and
that I
stuff.
built in Fallout 4.
Did you?
Because
I never
put-
really got into that.
I mean, I didn't do
Yeah,
a
I
lot,
didn't
but
either.
I did some, and it was fun just because mine was cool. Because I had a big pool table in the main part of it, and I put all my guns on the pool table. So it was kind of like what I
Okay.
imagined, like a backroom poker hall for like a
Drug dealers?
mobster, a mobster guy, and like that was my house. It's like I don't use my pool table.
It's like it's just
play
there,
pool.
but it's a great spot to put all these guns because it's felt and soft, and the guns won't get scratched.
So Jolliver's saying he plays for the jank, which that's an interesting way to approach the game, I guess.
I mean, and to be fair, like the jank itself didn't ever feel like it completely kept you from being able to play the game. It was just that it was always kind of there that you noticed it. Like things just wouldn't load right, or maybe it would kind of like skip for a half second that your character did something weird, and then it was back to normal. But yeah, I don't know if I really played it for the jank. I like the roaming around aspect in the Fallout. I think that's the biggest reason that I enjoyed it. And I think that it was something for me, like it was a little more forgivable because it was a different city. It was a different story. So it was like, okay, I'm chasing something different down, even though the whole story of the fourth one was like I didn't care at all about any of it. I was like, really? I really care about my son, even though I don't know what year he was taken, and for all I know,
he's your son, Kyle. You don't have kids, so of course you don't know.
But I mean,
of
it
course
was-
you don't know.
No, but what I'm saying is like the whole game
saying.
didn't push on that. Like it's like, oh, here's your reason that you actually got out of the vault, but it really doesn't bear any impact at all for the first 30 hours of the game that
True.
you play, because you're just wandering around shooting mutant rats and whatever else is out in the
Yeah, but you've gotta build your suit. You know.
Yeah, but I mean, like that's the thing. Like it was like for as much as it's this thing that you're supposed to be invested in, by the time I actually got to the point where you figure out what the mystery was, I was like, oh, that's what this was still about? We're still looking for this kid?
Yeah. I liked playing the mini games on the computers. That was fun.
I don't think I ever played that.
Really?
It's your boy Dom 28. Welcome to the chat. He's asking you talking about 76. We are talking about Fallout 76.
Yeah, none of us have played it. So
None of us
course
have
we're
played
talking
it.
about it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just talking a bunch of yak about it.
Well, I think knowing that you're getting it, and if you might, insert the disc and download
Oh, yeah, I'll
it,
download it.
maybe I'll give it a shot, and maybe we could play
We could
together
yeah,
or something for a little bit, see
We
what
could go
the fuss is
roam
about.
and kill people.
Yeah, and then I'll just forget about it and go back to Red Dead.
Yeah, we'll both rage quit after an hour or two.
Yeah,
It's probably you're probably gonna love it, Jeremy, and you're never gonna put it down.
It's probably true.
He probably
But I'm currently really loving Hitman, so there's that.
Cool. I wonder though
About
about that segue. Like I
Why?
was it was good. but I just don't know that I'm prepared to go there yet.
Oh no, I'm not saying we
feels
need
like
to go there yet.
He feels like he fell off the Segway.
Sorry,
No,
I was just.
It was a really good
saying
segue, though. I mean,
It wasn't
so
only. I mean, let's not call it just that.
No, you did real good with it.
Because it wasn't intentional. Obviously,
You did
if
real-
it was
I'll give you a 5.
intentional,
That
it
was-
would have.
you did
it
real
would have
good with
failed.
it.
I had a really good opportunity for a segue earlier, and I just botched it. I didn't even do it. So I'm going to go ahead, and I got notes of what I want to talk about. So you go ahead and go into it. You're excited.
Well, you don't want to talk about anything else that's going on.
Well,
I mean, that's kind of like our main thing, right?
you
You don't want to talk about.
I did wanna talk about
growing
some other
members
stuff.
in Scum.
Not really.
Oh,
But
okay.
That's, I guess
Yeah,
that's a
well,
thing.
I just the thing that I don't understand is with that it's like some weird glitch that just
No, so
just
the
enlighten
game
us,
Scum,
Jeremy.
right? Many of you have watched. I've played it a little bit. It's kind of
lot
fun.
of it.
I haven't played it in a while, but it's very, very, very early access. And anyway, one of the last updates, they decided to add male genitalia to your character, and you can turn it on or off.
Genitalia.
You can disguise it or not, is what they actually call it.
Disguise
That's
it.
what they call it. Yeah.
Wait,
Um,
so that's what they call this
I mean, it's some
ability to.
correct to whether it shows it or not.
What
But
does that sound?
but
Why
the
is there the ocean all of a sudden?
I have no idea.
Is that me?
I think it might be.
But the interesting thing about it, so they keep adding things to the game. They added like musical instruments that you can find, and
Beans.
they're starting to add things for building bases
Okay.
and things like that. And anyway, so then they added this additional. They're trying to go ultra realistic with your character, right? It's
Gross.
like Rust on steroids.
Gross.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, because they have all the metabolism and all that stuff. So then they add, you're going to have genitalia, and the size is going to range between 4 and 8 inches. And depending on what size you choose, it will
specific.
have.
Everyone knows if you're a real douchebag. Is that?
It means the bigger your member, it's like the dumber you are. Like
Perfect.
effectively, I mean, it's not dumber because it has to do with like stamina and I mean, some of it's dumber because there's like crafting ability. Anyway, but based on the size you pick, but if you bought some members pack or whatever thing, yeah, you get an extra, you get a free. It's a founders pack.
You just called it a
I
member.
know, I did. But you get an extra 2 inches, and it actually says in the notes to do with as you will. But
What are you doing in this game that you need an additional?
so you
anything?
could go 8 and add 2 if you have
I
that
understand the
additional
math.
extension.
What is the issue with this?
The thing that's interesting, they try to be ultra realistic. Everything matters for your health, and you've got to urinate, and you've got to defecate, and you've got to do all these things, right? Of course,
Sure.
the only time the member comes into play is when you look down while urinating,
Okay.
because otherwise you're closed. And if you're curious, it is uncut and ultra realistic.
No one is
No
curious.
one is
I know you're
curious about
curious.
Get
this.
to the
Nobody
point
cares.
of what the issue
Okay.
is that has come up with this.
The issue, so the problem that started happening was it was glitching, and every time someone would relaunch the game, it would continue to grow. So if
is-
people were like shutting the game down, relaunching, shutting the game down, relaunching, shutting the game down, relaunching, and urinating just to see how long they could
Oh
get
my gosh.
their
Was
appendix.
it getting like
I didn't see any
comedically
images,
long?
and it was already fixed by the time
Oh,
I
okay.
checked it out. But
Aw, poor
yeah,
Jeremy.
I know.
Because he would have taken the pictures to show everyone.
There you go. But the other thing that's really kind of weird about it is they're saying that everything else is ultra realistic, but the size of your genitalia means if it's smaller, you're smarter. If it's bigger, you're dumber.
The developer is obviously compensating.
Obvious. That's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, okay, this is a slight at people who are larger than the developers. Got it. But
All right. Well,
Anyway.
thanks for that great news. I'm sure everyone was excited to know about it.
yeah.
They were all aroused and titillated by this information.
You can only play as a guy in the game, in case you're wondering.
That was a real stand-up story.
Well,
So back to some.
So
other
Quiet
games.
Man is releasing the not quiet version. I think it's
Oh,
out
boy.
now.
Wow,
So
because
if you
there's
finish
enough hate.
if you finish the game, you can now replay it with the audio on, and
Please tell me someone just put it into a movie format, so you don't have to play the game at all.
It's called YouTube.
That's what
Go
Go
I was
check it out.
saying.
I'm sure it's probably there
it's
already.
probably quick at it. But I feel like you would need to play it. Like I feel like you need to.
you need to have the really
experience
terrible
it.
combat.
I
in
got
their
enough
segues.
experience watching. Like, I think that was the first point where I was like, okay, I'm really just kind of over anything that's going on the TV right now.
You were
during Extra
excited
Life.
for that game, Kyle.
I was not one of the people that was sitting in the corner chanting for the squinting, cross-eyed flirtiness from your mom.
There was
I
way
played the
too
fifth.
much mom issues in that.
Yeah, there was definitely. Was he in love with her? Did he have a thing with her?
He's his own grandpa.
Oh no, that's not how that works, Kyle.
No, that's how it worked.
No,
There's like time travel.
that
And
would mean he's.
I don't know.
His mother is his daughter.
Yeah.
That's
Probably.
That is not the cutscenes I saw.
Well, we
They
didn't finish
seemed-
the game. Okay.
True story.
So is it supposed to be any better?
Is nobody touching anything? Like I
No,
feel like
I think
somebody
I did
is
that. No.
messing
Jeremy,
with-
Nope,
stop
it's not
kicking
me.
things.
Just
My nose
keep
is
your
not doing it.
cord off of your
Do
nose.
it. I didn't do it.
I'm trying to find out who.
Teddy says, "Who wouldn't love her?"
I mean, she's an attractive woman. I don't know who she is as an actor,
if
but
she
actress.
was my mom, that's really weird.
That's true. True story.
That's
there.
like
So.
no.
Yeah,
What
there.
if she was just your teenage crush and not your relative?
That's just a weird combination. I'm trying to see who. created-
What are you?
No,
what are
that's
you
a
trying
normal,
to?
That's a normal
What are you trying to
combination.
say, Jeremy?
It being your mother is an abnormal combination.
Well, not according to that one genius psychiatrist, Freud.
Let's see.
I mean, fraud.
Yeah. I think
Is
I
it
think he's
Kenshi?
attributed to things that aren't exactly what he should be attributed to.
Yeah, they don't really like acknowledge Freud anymore. And
Yeah, he's kind of been dismissed for most.
all his weird
Yeah.
things.
Teddy says, "Why wouldn't you love your mom?" That's not the type of love that we're talking
Yeah,
about.
you wouldn't
here.
want to love your mom that way.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find the producer of this game, his Twitter account. He released this crazy statement on Twitter, which I feel like we should read.
Yeah. read it.
Another crazy statement because he released one when the game was released too. That was weird.
Yeah. Let's see. This one came. This one. Yeah, this is an old one. You're right. Let's see. I'm gonna try to find the most recent one. Wait. Oh, I bet it's on his Twitter account. I bet if I go to his Twitter account.
I bet you'd find it.
You might find it on his
the-
Twitter
the
account.
Twitter account is just
Oh,
the Quiet
Man.
And I like how they release these things with just like they're just like a statement on. It's an image, like just an image. Oh, come on, where is it?
They're embracing the graphic user interface.
They tweet a lot. I was surprised. So who is man? There is just
Trevi asks, anyone finish RD2 yet? I believe everyone except Kyle.
I don't know about Trevor.
Trevor hasn't.
Oh, yeah, probably not.
I
He's
just
not
don't
here.
want. I mean, I do.
I'll
and
be honest,
I
I
don't.
finished it today just so I could say I finished it for the show because I was avoiding finishing it.
I do, and I don't want to finish it. Like I want to see where it goes, but I also kind of don't.
It was heartwarming at the end. I'm going to say that much. Heartwarming.
Oh,
I'm trying to figure out where that's.
hello.
I mean,
That's all.
What was that?
hello.
Hello. I don't.
What's
Hello. Oh, that's all Jeremy's mic.
What's my
Jeremy's mic?
You're doing something to make it all fuzzy, and I don't know. You need to mess with the cord or something.
How about
There you go.
that?
Hey.
You fixed it.
Yay.
Anyways, I couldn't find it. Kuipers, could you find the statement? Or were you even looking? Nah, I don't know. Here's what. Oh, wait. I think I found it. Uncover a little more behind the Quiet Man. This is a letter from the producer.
A letter from the producer.
Message from producer number 3. Sorry, I guess this is their no name number. What really happened that fated night? If the
I
truth,
don't know.
If the truth is indeed what we, if the truth is indeed that which remains after words are thrown away, then can we resist the powers of the reality that is spun from these words? I want to find what is truly important without being misled by these overflowing words. And with only that, do I want to honestly look at it carefully. That wish has driven me to make a story without words. However, when creating this theme, that just wasn't enough. Yes, it really felt like half was missing. Approximately 1 week after release, via a free patch update, The Quiet Man will be reborn. A second version with sound and words titled The Quiet Man Answered. The story will bring light to the truth and maybe even uproot the mystery that was thought to have been solved, as if to say, I knew nothing at all. The first version that threw words away, the second version that brought words back in, a story dramatically transformed. This is the complete experience. And so with everyone, I want to ask this. Can we really be strong to say we do not need words, even if we have them? In a world overflowing with words, can we really find something beyond them? So,
Ooh, you suck!
Sorry, I was waiting for my Arthur Morgan moment.
The first paragraph
Get
of
off
that
the stage!
said absolutely nothing.
sorry, I turned you down
That's
too
right.
much.
The first paragraph said literally nothing.
Yeah.
There was no context in it. There were just words.
Trash!
The exact opposite of what he thinks he's trying to get at.
That is just such a.
I would love to sit down with this guy.
He's just like.
If you are watching this
I feel
show,
like
or
he-
anyone who knows you,
Producer number 3 from A Quiet Man, Jeremy wants to talk to you on
let's
the loop.
do a special.
I feel like you guys would
call-in.
have a really good debate, but he'd have to have a translator the whole time.
We
So-
could bring in Soccer Tetris.
to translate.
To
Does he
translate.
speak Japanese?
Did you say soccer Tetris?
Soccer Tetris.
Okay, I was just making sure.
We could bring him. I think he could translate.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
But that game.
Google will translate.
That game
for
is
us.
crazy, but for some reason I kind of want to just play through it with the audio, and so I can kind of understand. Like I just need to know what happens.
He's got to
That's why,
find
that's
out.
why I wanted to just find it on YouTube.
Yeah, that's probably a safer bet. Anyways,
You can play it in the background while you're at work.
if you want to do that, go for it. You can go and play that game or watch a YouTube video. The other thing I was thinking a lot about PlayStation VR recently, and I don't know why. I just had I saw that there were some Black
Oh,
Friday
no,
deals.
You're going to buy it, aren't you?
Well,
Is that why you texted me yesterday about the Bridge Crew
that
game?
was today? But yes,
Was that today?
that was today.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, it was.
No, it wasn't.
Kyle, it was this morning. Anyways, no, that was when I was looking in my games that I had for PS. For
It was this morning. Gosh, it's been a long day.
I was just looking to see like if there were free PS4 games or PSVR games I'd download because I saw that it's like $100 off over Black Friday, and I'm like, I don't know, but
Which puts it to what? 4?
no, for PlayStation VR, so it's
Oh,
like.
that's not
like
that much.
It puts
200 or
it's like
something?
I think 200 and 250 or something
Yeah.
like that, and it comes with 2 games. It comes with the camera. It comes with the little wands.
Okay.
So it's a pretty good deal.
And you wanted to fly a starship.
Well, I'm not gonna pay $40 for that game, but I for some reason thought it was free. Never. That's neither here nor there.
Is it still 40?
Yeah, but I was just looking at it, and so there's this game that just came out recently called Astrobot. That's like a Sony only game, and it's like a platformer that's in VR, and the way you interact with it's getting crazy good reviews. It's only a 6-hour game, but it's like one of these things where it's like, hey, they finally figured out a unique way to make a game with this that isn't just a gimmick. It's actually like a game. It's actually like that's rude to say that. I don't mean it like. I don't mean to be derivative about
I
it.
think we understand.
But I think it's like it's actually more
Game that doesn't feel like it's just some weird experience
yeah,
that
it's
they've
not just
built around the
tech,
technology.
yeah. So
It's an actual.
yeah, and it's so it's like kind of a they've some people have compared it to like Mario 64. Like, hey, when you played Mario 64, it was like the first game you played with like an analog stick, and it like, it revolutionized gaming and stuff. So they're comparing this Astrobot to Mario 64 because it's like, hey, this is a way that VR feels almost necessary to play this game, even though it is kind of a 3D platformer. The way you view the world, the way you interact with the world, it's all in this 3D space with the visor.
Okay.
Anyways, it looks really cool. Then you got games. I think Moss is another one that's kind of like that, but that's on PC. But the game that's really, I mean, what I'm really trying to get at is Tetris Effect. Now, Tetris Effect is, you can buy it on PlayStation now, or on PlayStation, it's out now, and you can play it just on your TV, no problem. But in VR, it's like this completely crazy experience. And so I just started playing Tetris Effect today, and holy crap.
So it doesn't have to be VR.
It doesn't have to be VR, but this is one of the most incredible Tetris games. I mean, I know Tetris is Tetris, right? You've played one, you've played them all. But the way that they have made this game, it feels so immersive. And even without the headset, I felt like, so like your controller, it's all synced up to music. So if you ever played Luminous, it's kind of got like a Luminous meets Tetris vibe. And
Sounds fun.
Your controller kind of buzzes with the beat, and you have to have the music on. The music is like probably, I don't know, 30-40% of the experience. And there's all these particle effects.
So I would hate this game.
Jeremy would hate
don't
this
know.
game.
No,
Yes.
if
Kuipers,
the
if you can
game
get a
is
video
about
of
music,
it.
it's different.
I mean,
The
that's
music
the
in a
music
game,
is
like-
what drives the game.
Yeah.
Like
That's
because
totally different.
there's parts in the game where like when you turn the blocks, they make like a musical note, or they make like a drum beat, and they add to the music as you turn the blocks and as they come down. And there's a journey mode, so it's like it goes through each level. You have to make 60 or 36 lines, and then you move on to the next level. But how you do that is how like the multipliers you get, like if you do a Tetris, or if you
When did that come out?
really recently, like this week,
Okay.
I think. But if you like pull the left trigger or right trigger, it'll go into this slow motion mode where you can stack up like 13 lines if you time it right and you have the right blocks. And then that's like a multiplier, and you get more points. And I really want to play it in VR now that I've played it on TV. I'm just like, I need to experience this in VR, because it just, the way you can tell the way it's built, like the way the particles move around, the way, I don't know, it just looks. Were you able to find any video?
What was it called again?
Tetris Effect. But
So it's a PlayStation game, but it doesn't have to. It's not
it
just
doesn't
a VR
require
mode.
VR,
Okay.
no. It's just another way you can play it. But yeah, it's challenging. I only got a little ways through the game, but every time you get to like a new level, the art design completely changes. The world's different. It's in like a different world, a different surrounding. But yeah, it's a killer game. I was not expecting to like fall head over heels for a Tetris game with all the other games that are out right now, but it's such a relief from everything else that we're playing. Whoa, hi, person
Hi.
talking to me.
Who's our special guest?
Who was that?
Welcome to the loop.
If you don't like puzzle games, maybe it's not for you. But check it out, Tetris Effect. It's really, really good, and
I
I
need
feel
to add
like
that to my queue.
I feel like it's going to get overlooked with some of the releases that have been out lately. But I do think I am going to maybe hunt down a Tetris or PSVR Black Friday, but for the family for Christmas, that's how you do it.
Yeah,
and
sure.
then everybody gets to partake of it. Oh, you found the video. After I'm done talking about it.
Well,
geez,
you've set it up. Now we can watch it.
I mean, it's probably best talked over, but
Well, I'm sorry.
no, it's fine.
So wait, that seems like that would be super crazy to be real close to the screen and seeing that coming down.
Here's this is what it looks like on the TV. Like it's
Right.
far away from you the whole time. But yeah, when you're in VR, you can like look up to see the blocks falling and stuff like that. So it's just like this. But everything
I mean,
about
so
it.
it literally is Tetris, not.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Okay. I thought it was like Tetris-like, but this is.
No, it's definitely Tetris. It has a few of its own rules sets in there, like depending on the level.
That was a bad move.
Depending on the level.
Oh, that was bad move. Oh, he fixed it.
Depending on the level, like after like so many lines, maybe the music will speed up, and then the blocks will start falling faster, and it's really hard to keep up with. I mean, I hope it never goes that fast. That'd be impossible. But
it's a trailer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
There are dolphins, so
Kyle,
I don't know.
you can't kill him.
Kyle, I might
Please say
trigger
no.
you.
Triggered.
But like I played it for a while tonight, and then I looked over and I saw my wife playing it, and she like got to this level that was so cool because it was like the background was just these dudes on camels in the desert, and by the end of the level, it was on the moon with people on little rovers. Like it just like you traveled up into space, like.
That makes it. That's interesting.
Like, but the view in VR is much different than the view on the TV. So that's kind of why I'm just like, I really want to experience what that's like. But it's just cool to see that, hey, maybe. I guess my point with the PlayStation VR is, and maybe obviously this is me rationalizing things, and I get it. And if Trevor was here, he would just argue with me. But I almost think at a certain point now, though, looking at it, that the PSVR might just be a better value than getting one of these more crazy expensive ones that you have to have a PC for and all that stuff. Like,
there's not as much that you have to set up with it, is there?
I mean, not really. No, you don't. You have to put the camera up.
So is this only available on
It's
PlayStation?
only available on PlayStation, yeah.
Oh, wow.
It's kind of crazy. So that's the thing is like you have Astrobot that's only available on PlayStation, and then you have a bunch of other games that probably won't run quite as well as a PC, but they're honed to run good enough on a PS4 that it's like almost like for the cost that you could get this, it just seems like a better value to me. I think like because Beat Saber's coming out on the 20th, which I really want to try that. And that's
what
coming
I
out
like about this is it feels like that could be a good couch VR solution.
Yeah, you wouldn't have to play most of these standing up.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah, like the Star Trek bridge crew.
Yeah, you could sit in your captain's chair. Anyways, that's enough about me talking about, it's really just me convincing myself to buy a PSVR. But I've wanted a VR experience, but I haven't been like willing to shell out like $500-600 for a Vive.
So you're thinking Christmas to yourself on Black Friday.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, I'm going to put it under a tree, I'm going to do it right,
So
my kids would be excited to play it too, but.
Nice. I just looked at the free games for PlayStation this month because they usually tell you like the 2, and then there's a couple other ones that you don't realize are there. One of them is Roundabout.
Yeah,
Jeremy's favorite game.
Yes.
So that looks like that'll be some
check
fun.
it out.
There's another one, the Burly Men at Sea, that apparently got a lot of really good hits last year. That
Burly Men at Sea.
Yeah, it looks like it's got a pretty cool art style too.
Speaking of Burly Men at Sea, Xbox. Our XO18 happened, and I think we were talking about this before the show, but they did announce, I don't think they coined it this, but I guess, or maybe they did, the Boidal Royale, which would be like a Battle Royale mode for Sea of Thieves, is coming sometime soon.
Was it actually
do they parachute out of the sky?
No.
Because, okay.
It's you and your crew against other crews, but yeah. But
so is it supposed to be like a large amount of people that are in it?
I have no idea what the player count is. I just know it's supposed to be some sort of a battle royale at sea.
Gotcha. Because what I'd read looked like there was like who can get the most treasure and whatever at different points too, which would be an interesting addition to that type of play.
Yeah.
So if you're doing a fast-paced match against rival crews is what they're calling it, which looks like it could be fun.
And then they showed a trailer for Crackdown, and we're pretty much like, hey, it's coming out. They confirmed some rumors that we had heard about them purchasing Obsidian. They did.
Yeah.
So hopefully we see some better games coming from Microsoft in the future. I mean, they focused a lot on their PC support. Yeah. I don't know. It was a little bit lackluster, but I think they added a lot.
They're adding a lot of games to their
Pass.
Game Pass too.
I know. PUBG's on there now this month.
Yep.
So you can play that for free if you have Game Pass. So kind of free. Trevi, Roundabout. If you like the limo thing, you might play, but only play it if you can get it for free. Okay, don't buy that game.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't buy
We
it.
weren't being serious about
It's-
it being Jeremy's favorite game.
I
But
only
it
played
kind
it
of-
because it was on
Game
Game
Pass.
Pass.
Yeah, but then you didn't stop playing until you'd finished
It
it.
was only a 2-hour game.
Teddy says
Still.
Eric's wife better gamer than him. Burn. No, I think depending on the game,
It depends on the games,
she's definitely
probably.
better than
Yeah.
me. Like Tetris. Oh yeah, beyond a doubt.
Zelda?
Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't. I don't know that she's. I think there's certain areas of it that she's definitely better than me.
Probably
but,
the Game Boy ones.
But she's very like
Or more
She's
committed
much
than
more
you.
dedicated to
Yeah.
it than me. So she'll play like every inch of those games where I'll kind of get through the story.
Did she
and
end
be
up
done.
finishing all of the shrines in?
I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure she did. Yeah.
Jeez.
So there's like 120 of them or something like that. So.
Yeah, I think that's about right.
Yeah.
That sounds right.
Yeah, she plays all of the game. She's it's like the Buffalo and the Native Americans.
Was that a call back to
Red Dead?
Red Dead? All right.
I haven't killed one of those majestic beasts. I felt too bad about it.
What?
Uh-huh.
Did you not do the
didn't
hunting
mission?
I didn't do it.
Oh.
What?
Like
what?
you didn't
There's
do
a
the.
bunch of hunting missions. Why?
No,
would-
there's a
Oh.
specific
Well, I know,
mission
but I
Yeah.
didn't. It's easy to miss those. Like there's
That's true.
tons of them.
That's true.
This is one in your base camp.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm guessing that they change periodically, so depending on if you actually
Yeah,
do it or
some
not.
disappear because they only happen
yeah.
during certain
I'm-
times.
I mean, to act like that's crazy is kind of
Yeah,
crazy
No,
because
I-
there's
I
tons of
backed
stuff
away.
that all of you guys missed. I'm sure. Like
I-
on the
I don't know. It says I'm like 86%
yeah,
complete.
I'm 90% on that, and I didn't.
What? Then I got to check it again. 'cause
Oh,
thought
I
it
thought you were
was higher
talking about the base camp
than- Oh,
stuff.
no. Game completion.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not quite that far. Yeah, we finished Red Dead. It's a great game. Go play it. We're not going to talk about it because there'd be too many spoilers.
Yeah, I need to finish the game before we can do that.
We'll spoil it sometime, maybe.
To ourselves.
No, it's so good. It's so good. It's the story is really great. If you want, you
I'm
could go. You could go
interested
see
in
my
the online. You know.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
still this month, technically. Supposedly,
Have they
thought
have they
so.
announced that?
they said the end of November or something like that. I thought.
Okay.
I mean, if you're really curious about my thoughts, there's about a 4-tweet review that I put out there on the game that I feel like I kind of shared my likes and dislikes about the game. It's a slow game. It is. It's you talk about a cowboy moseying along. That's that
Oh,
game.
you feel the.
They
the
want you to
vibe.
feel the moseying.
Yep,
Like,
you're moseying, and it's
but
it works for the game. Like I don't know.
I don't
I've
think
never,
there's a way they could have made it different and it been better.
yeah, it's a crazy expansive game. I think there is a lot,
I didn't even
To
unlock
enjoy.
the entire map because you don't have to.
which is crazy that there's all that space down in
But
parts
that's
of it.
because
but,
that's the second game.
the first game. You mean?
The first game,
Right.
second in chronology.
Yeah, I read
don't
that
know
it
how
doesn't-
spoiler this is, but
Well, I read that the map contains pretty much what's in the
First game,
but there's not really any mission.
yeah,
stuff
you
that's
get
down
further
there.
like southeast.
There are
You
They-
can go down there and
southwest, I
stuff and visit the towns and everything, but it doesn't.
There's a few little side mission things you can do down there.
yeah, it
but-
doesn't
you
sound like
don't-
there's a lot that
Yeah.
pushes you in
you
that
don't
direction.
get south of the water,
yeah.
which was half of the other. Of
So
the
yeah, I don't think
first
you go
game's
to like
map.
you,
You
don't
can't-
go to
you
like
can't
the
go into
Mexico
Mexico.
No,
part.
you can go there.
No, you can't.
No, I don't think you can go to Mexico.
You can
in
go to
this
the
one.
like the Texas part of it. But
Okay,
you
you're
can't-
right. You're right.
can't
You
go,
can't go to the.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But there's a lot in that game. There's just a lot of game to play there. I honestly,
There's 500 plus unique animals.
I got to the.
skin
I
and
think
kill.
when I finished the game, like I
Kill them
I
first.
did enough to where I was like, I'm playing the story, and then I would take a break and kind of do some side
Yeah.
stuff. But then it was just like, oh, man, I got done, and I'm like, I don't have it in me anymore. Like, I love the game. I think it's a great game, but I was just like, after 80 plus hours, I'm just like, I don't want to touch this game again for a while.
I mean,
like,
and that's within what, like a 2.5 week period.
I mean, yeah,
Something
Oh
like
yeah,
that.
it was a full-time,
Yeah.
secondary full-time job.
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
And it was just like that. I just was done with it, And it's not that I didn't like it, but it's just like I don't want to. I just, in some ways, that game was like a little bit mentally taxing. Like the story is pretty harsh and dark sometimes, and it's just
very
like,
much so.
It just took it out of me sometimes. I'd put that controller down and just be like, okay, like I need to like just recoup from this.
Like,
This
that just happened.
I think and the story is so good, and I think when you're talking about a game like that, it's hard to separate gameplay from the story because it is so well entwined. But if I were to put it on a scale, the story is better to me. The story outweighs the gameplay all the time. Like the writing is better than the fun. And that's what I think that for me is where I got a little bit exhausted of it, because I felt like at a certain point it did become a bit of an endurance test for me. And I was just like, I'm not sure I'm having fun. I know I'm tapping A lot and I'm really enjoying this story, but I don't think I'm having fun. Like and I think that's where I struggled a little bit. Like it's a great game and the mechanics are cool, but it was just like, I wanted to hear the story. I don't know.
Maybe you weren't moseying along enough.
Oh, I'm moseying
racing for finding out what happens next. No, I don't know. I mean, I think I've had a lot of time in between some of my longer sessions of playing it, so I feel like it hasn't really hit me in that same way. But yeah, there's a lot of ground that you've got to cover in between places, and I'm finding that I'm buying more train tickets and stuff when I'm like, I could just spend $4 and be at this place in 30 seconds.
Especially as like you get later in the game and money is just not an object anymore. Like it doesn't.
Oh man, when I looked at my
Yeah.
end game, I was just like,
well, no, but I'm not that.
oh
I'm
yeah.
talking.
But
I'm
even
talking-
before that,
yeah.
you don't. worry about it.
I was sitting at like a good $1,300 and feeling like I was on top of the world, and then I got myself into some trouble with Johnny Law. I started up a session, and I don't know what I was doing that I instead of hitting like the run button or like trying to talk to someone, I hit the punch/tackle button and tackled this dude. Like I literally turned the game on, unpaused it from where I was at, and started moving. Saw a guy I think I was trying to say like, "Howdy, partner," and I tackle him, and it cost me like $160 just trying to get away and dying, trying to get away from the cops because they just immediately start shooting you. You tackle a dude and they immediately start shooting you.
You hit a dude with your horse.
Unless he is preaching, racist hatred, and then you can tackle that dude and punch him in front of a cop, and the cops just go like, "What? Huh? What?" That was pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a cool game. It's really good. Play it, enjoy it. It's a lot of fun.
Maybe we'll spoil it sometime.
Other games that've been happening. Jeremy's.
Are you ready for the transition
Jeremy
now?
was streaming last night.
Okay, yeah.
You did what? Did you play a couple hours last night or just an hour?
A little over an hour and a half.
Was it just one mission that you did?
I purposely did not actually do a mission.
Wait, what the heck did you do all that time then?
Because I didn't want to spoil more than just one of the maps, if you will. So we went to Suburbia, United States, in Vermont. One of the mid missions of the game.
Why not just play one of the early missions and like?
Well, because if people were just getting the game, I didn't want them to spoil their first
that's the
hour or
first
so
one.
of play.
That's like the
And
fir-
instead of actually doing any mission things, I purposely just goofed off in the environment.
Well, that sounds fun.
And
I hear that level. I haven't got to that one yet. I think I'm right the one before that. But
I just started actually playing that
but I
level
heard
for
that's
real.
a really cool
and
level.
I think they're all fairly cool. They're definitely bigger than the first game. The levels, the size of the levels.
Well, not the first one, but yeah.
Okay, so you know what I mean
No,
of
but
this
yeah.
this series.
No, but I'm saying, but not the first level. The
Oh yeah,
the
no,
beach house
correct.
is very
yeah, and
small.
that's intended to be similar to a training thing.
Which
but
I think they did a good job with that because it kind of sets you up in a way where
the story
there's
does get interesting.
There's no NPCs in that level at all in the beginning.
Yes,
and
and
it's
then
like,
they're
oh,
everywhere.
And then they show up. They come home from dinner or something. I
Yeah.
don't know, but it's just.
But I will say you may not care about the story, but I feel like they're
nobody does.
I feel like they're trying to complete the story from the first one that had zero
Yeah.
sense to it.
It's a Hitman story. It's
Yeah.
not-
Someone's out
exactly.
there that's coming after 47, and he's got to kill everybody.
I think the worst part about it too is that you can tell they kind of cut the budget on the stories.
Oh my goodness,
cutscenes.
because they turned them into cartoons.
Well, no, yeah.
Like-
There's different.
like-
they're kind of like CG stills.
Yeah.
And then there was motion graphics, and then it's just like it's not.
It's definitely lower budgeted.
Yeah, that way. But there's other, and the thing that's interesting too is like if you have the first game installed, you can go back to all those levels.
But they're optimized with
the new features. Yeah,
features.
that's what's cool.
But the downside, and I talked about this during the stream, was if you spent like me and was a completionist on the first one and had done all of the unlocks and had all of the special outfits and the special weapons that you could get, the customized weapons that you could get, the different ducks and all the different things that you could get, those all wipe away.
Yeah.
And you have to.
Well, yeah, you lose all your progress.
You have to redo all of those.
Yeah, that's pretty common though.
But
for a new
they
game.
do give you a couple of bonus things if you had the first game installed. You get some additional suit options, an additional gun, a couple other things like that. So there's a couple.
So
of things.
it only works with if you had played the first game on that console.
I think it only installs if you had the first game installed.
Otherwise,
on the
it's
console.
only the new.
Is that right? I think that's.
I honestly
correct.
don't know because I played the first game on PC and I'm playing this one on Xbox. So.
And it did have it.
But it let me do the weird training place, unless they just included that.
Well,
I don't
they
know.
include it, but I don't know. I was a little confused exactly how that worked out. But I know there's certain, like there's a Requiem. I can't.
Requiem, yeah.
Pack that you, if you had something unlocked in the first game,
But
you get that.
anyway. I mean, that's getting into these minutia is not that interesting.
It's,
but
it's the exact same game. Let's put it that way.
The one thing I would say is like some of the new features, you can hide in grass. Mirrors are now reflective to where enemies can see you in the mirror. There's some things like that. Now I played through the very first level, the second racetrack level.
Sure.
And then I played through I'm just now on the
Are you playing them just one time through?
Oh yeah, for now.
Oh,
I'll go
okay,
back.
okay.
There's no reason to play them multiple times. For me, that's not how I play Hitman. Like I go through and then I go back to them. I mean,
because they actually have multiple story missions that they want you to do.
Oh yeah.
And they actually tell you, "Hey, you only did one of these. You
Well, it's like when you
finish
finish the level, it like shows you all that. And I kind of like to just experience it. Like I try to play it as close, like as good as I can.
Because
like,
you can just go guns blazing.
Oh yeah, it's no fun to do it that way. But I mean, I like the first level I did really well. Like the prologue or whatever, I had like 5 stars.
Yeah.
I had I was like,
You
man,
got
I'm doing really well.
Full whatever.
Yeah. What is that called? It's not prestige, is it? Is it something else?
No,
I
it's
don't know
I don't remember what it's called.
But then the second level, I only got 3 stars, but that's because some people saw me do some things, and but it's a great Hitman.
I try
It's
first
more
to
of
do it all in my suit,
Oh yeah,
just to see how far I can get
or your polo.
without whatever the outfit is that you start with, but without trying to disguise myself. And then at some point, it's like, okay, got to do it differently.
It's fun to explore those maps. Like I'll spend 3 hours on a level before I finish it, because
you want to figure out where everything is.
I'll go kind of crazy, and then I'll just reload from earlier save before I had gone crazy. And
saving manually is the best thing in that game ever.
Yeah, definitely safe.
It's like I don't know if I walk into this room if those NPCs are going to see me. Save.
Yeah.
Try it. That didn't work.
Well,
I'll
and
go
it's funny
a
because in
different
this
way.
one you can like hide a huge sniper rifle in a tiny little suitcase.
It
and just
tears
go-
it down.
Awesome.
It's kind of funny though
It
because
doesn't
they actually
animate it though.
No, but they make it take longer.
You're thinking of
Yeah.
Red Dead
if it's
Redemption.
if it's a small item,
Well, yeah,
it's
they
really
animate
quick to
everything.
it just opens, you put it in, you're done. If it's the sniper rifle, you have to like kneel down and
yeah.
it takes longer.
But yeah, I didn't. I was on the race track one last night, and I was playing, and I was kind of just screwing around after I'd already beaten it, and I took the sniper rifle in, and I went up on the little catwalk.
Balcony? Yep.
Yeah, and I was gonna.
Did you shoot the car?
Well, I shot one that I wasn't the target, and the game just totally freaked out and froze. Like I saw this debris fly up, and the game just went, and then like Peter Griffin.
Oh, yep.
And then it died. But the one thing that it has some jank. Like you can pick up a briefcase and throw it at people. And I saw this GIF going around of because it has like a target where it'll target their head or something.
Yeah.
And it showed him throwing it, and it just the NPC turned the corner
And it goes
in
through
a
the wall.
doorway. Well, no, it just followed him around the corner. It just the suitcase is going foop, 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 and then the person turns and the suitcase turns and follows
See, if you
them.
use
and
if
hits
you use
them in
like a
the head.
hammer or something, it just goes through the wall and hits them.
Yeah, there's stuff like that where it's like, I mean, the fact that you can pretty much hide in the bushes very
I will
easily.
say I
and
always
stuff like
use
that.
a
It's little silly.
suitcase, even though you only get the same amount of items to bring in.
Yeah.
I always use the suitcase because it means I have one more melee weapon because I can use the suitcase.
Throw it, yeah.
Yeah.
There's that. I threw a coconut at somebody. That was fun.
Nice.
But yeah, it's more of the
Threw
last
a bag of
Hitman.
cocaine at somebody. That was good.
I threw a bag of sugar at someone.
Oh, there
so
you
that
go.
was similar.
Yeah.
White powdery substance. It's the same. It's the same in a lot of ways, and it's more of the previous game. Which, if you enjoyed the previous Hitman, which was definitely the best Hitman by far ever.
Yeah.
And this is just kind of iterates on that. And I think
There's a
it's,
couple more game modes.
Yeah, there's a multiplayer sniper mode, and then there's that ghost mode that's in beta.
Did you?
Which-
I tried to load that, but I couldn't get another player to load. So
I've only like read about it, and it's like, but it sounds like it's still a little rough. But it's weird because it's like you're both in the same game, but you don't see each other, and then you're timed like you're
yes,
trying to kill
there's
targets.
five targets,
the fastest,
and
yeah.
whoever gets it the fastest, and
There's like
your
a-
play doesn't impact theirs.
But there's like a coin or something too that you flip the coin, and then
There's
it'll
always
give
a
you
coin.
points, and like I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyways,
I will
So-
say though, the sniper mode, I played that a little bit on the stream as well,
Mm-hmm.
and then played a little more of it tonight. Solo, because you can do it solo or online co-op.
is it pretty good?
I really liked it. So you basically have like the first map that you have 3 main targets, and you have like 20 secondary targets. And
Oh, okay.
and they're at like a wedding, and you have to try to snipe them in ways that someone doesn't see a body,
Yeah.
that it doesn't scare
'Cause
them
you
all.
can't actually interact with the map. You just have to stay.
You're a long
perched.
ways
Yeah,
away,
yeah.
perched, and so it's like you've got a guy walking, and you're like, oh, there's water behind him. So if I shoot him while he's moving, when no one's looking, great. Or I'll shoot this guard off of the edge of the building, and he falls off the backside of the building, and no one sees him. And so there's that same kind of planning aspect that the rest of the Hitman stuff has, but instead this is more just a stationary view. And I could see how it would work really well with 2 players, because there's certain spots where it's like,
Yeah.
okay, in order for me not to get spotted, it
To
would be
hit
best
2
to shoot
people
them
at
both at the
once,
same time.
yeah.
So if we could time this.
Yeah.
So I hope they expand on that, because I don't know how many of those iterations they actually have, but I think they're going to add to them over time.
I think
So-
the fact that it's just throws everything at you at once is kind like I kind of like the episodic stuff just
I
because
did
it was like,
too.
hey, it made me spend a lot more time on each level, like because
I
that was
came
what
back
was,
to
You're
the
like,
game
oh, this
more.
is good, so I've got a
Yeah.
whole weekend to just play
need
this
to-
mission.
yeah, I
and-
need to figure out everything about it.
Yeah.
But now it's like, oh, I finished one. I'm
Now I'm
like, I
going
kind
to
of
move to the next one. I'm not even going to go back. Yeah.
And I mean, hopefully the elusive targets will bring you back in, and I think that's going to be a
But
good
that
reason.
only did
to,
it for some people.
Yeah, I mean,
don't-
sure, but if you are interested in it,
Yeah.
maybe they'll have some other events. I'm not sure. I think the hard thing with the elusive target is it's so limited that by the time it had come and gone, I had forgotten about it and never got in there and played it. It wasn't that I didn't want to; I just
Yeah.
never set the time aside to do it.
Well, the first one's in 5 days,
I know,
Eric.
I know.
Yeah.
4
So-
days now, isn't it?
It's
I think
supposed
it's
to be
5
available on
days
the
from
20th.
today.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, so right before you could play it over Thanksgiving.
There we go.
So they did. I did find on IOI's website that if you had if you had downloaded it on your console, you get it for free. Otherwise, it is something that you're paying $20 for.
Oh, you know what's interesting is I have Game Pass and it's on Game Pass.
Oh, that's probably why you have it.
And I downloaded it from Game Pass at
That's
one
why
point
you
and then
have it.
deleted it, but I bet that's why. It's
That's
just
why you
that.
have it.
a game save,
Yeah,
yeah.
That's
So-
funny.
Trevi asks if I'm assuming he means in the sniper mode, is there bullet drop? There absolutely is. You also, moving targets have to lead them and things like that. So there's some planning you have to do.
It does also
And
look
there's sway.
like if you had any version of Hitman Season 1 on Xbox or were a digital player who purchased all 7 Season 1 episodes individually, they're not currently able to download the Legacy Pack either. So you had to have for Xbox. It sounds like you had to have bought the digital version that was like the whole season pass.
But I did the.
You bought the whole season pass.
I did up front.
Yep.
You're right.
So that's why you were able to do it.
But it actually didn't let me. It didn't let me get it day one. I actually didn't get it all downloaded. I think until yesterday.
But it's
actually.
interesting that it's cool that they put all this stuff in the old
afternoon.
game because now it's kind of changed the way you can play that. You can play it a little differently than you could before. When it
Yeah,
originally
it's kind of got me rethinking how I want to get. I mean, have either of you played online with people?
No, because that's really the ghost mode and
Sniper
and
mode.
the sniper mode.
Okay.
And the sniper mode, it looks like you don't. I didn't double check, but I think you want to actually pick someone to play with for that.
Gotcha.
Whereas the ghost mode is competing against other people,
Right.
random people online.
Because I thought about getting this on Xbox, but this might change my mind
Because you
because
already
I
had
had it on. I had it on
or
PlayStation.
PlayStation.
So
Did you
being
cancel your Game Pass?
huh?
Did you already cancel Game Pass?
Yeah.
Anyways, well, check it out if you like the Hitmans. It's a fun game. We probably don't need to discuss
No,
our
yeah, it's
installation
been a lot of fun.
processes anymore. But it will be a fun time had by all, I'm sure. You can do silly things and throw hammers and throw coconuts and sugar and cocaine at people. Did you get the super cocaine? Did you get the super cocaine? I heard that's in like suburbia level.
I've just touched this level.
Okay,
so.
I just want to. All right.
So
Anyways.
it looks like too with this one you unlock a explosive pen if you take out Sean Bean
Which is the first
in the
target.
elusive target. Yeah.
Get a
So you got
some gear.
5 days and 5 hours.
You know
until
why
the mission's
Sean
That's
Bean?
live.
interesting,
You know why
the
Sean
elusive
Bean's
gear.
the
That's
elusive
interesting.
target, right?
Why?
Because they're making it's part of the developer. They thought it was funny because he pretty much dies in every role he's ever been in on movies.
That makes sense.
And so they're like, this will be great. You get to kill him in Hitman. Anyways, play Hitman. It's good. Don't be shy. Kill a guy.
Don't be shy. Kill a guy.
I think there's Fallout 76. We'll hopefully have some more on that next week. A little, if anybody touched it by then.
Are we going to be
In
here next week?
2 weeks.
2 weeks? Oh, are we not doing this next week? Okay.
Are we?
I don't know.
Thanksgiving week.
If it is, it's you and me, Eric.
Oh,
Yep.
okay.
It's the day before Thanksgiving.
All right. I ain't got nothing going on.
Kuipers, huh?
The Kuiper's like, I'm going home to my family. Leave me alone. You knuckleheads can hide out down here. Right.
We'll let you guys know. We're not 100% sure if
that's
next
true.
week's going to happen.
Next week might be an off week because of the holiday.
Maybe it'll be cousin Eric's crazy Thanksgiving.
Oh, yeah.
At Uncle
Thanksgiving.
Jeremy's.
I'm going to.
No, he'll
resort.
just stream from home.
I'm going to stream from
Oh.
a bathtub full of gravy, and I will just be in the bathtub
Yes.
full of gravy.
Please
I
do
will
that.
actually tune in to watch that.
Thanks for
Just
joining.
every
me.
now and then, scoop some gravy up on your chest.
I'll have
to
a
keep
ladle
the
in
nips
there.
covered.
I'll have a ladle.
There you go.
I'll put 2 blops of mashed potatoes.
How much?
Uh-huh.
How much
Oh.
gravy would you have to make to be
Honestly,
able to fill
You
up the whole
you could
tub?
you could do cranberry rings.
I would honestly just fill it up with a lot of water and then just buy like one big can of gravy at Sam's Club and,
and
just
just make
pour
it
that
dirty
in.
with-
So
Wait,
it's-
wait,
It'll look
wait,
like
no,
It
no,
looked
dirty
like
water.
diarrhea water.
No, the idea of having all the water and then getting a bunch of like instant mashed potatoes.
Oh yeah.
So then you
just
can
like,
get in the potatoes and then you just
pour some gravy on
have
top.
to have like a big pot of gravy instead of like a whole bathtub.
Actually, that would
full.
be easy because instant
Man,
mashed potatoes are cheap, man.
Yeah, but it would clog my drain.
oh, it'd be so
bad.
bad. You'd have to scoop it out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, could you imagine? Where would
All
you
right.
put all?
We're not doing this. All right, everybody. It's
Oh.
been fun.
You suck.
Yeah.
And boo, I suck.
It's
But
what the people want, Eric.
yes, that is it for now. But we do not have any voicemails. But if you'd like to, or emails, if you'd like to email us or send us a voicemail,
Yes.
You can call us at 475-TUB-CALL. That's 475-TUB-CALL. Or you can email us at tubcast@meninatub.com. And, if there's something you... Did I just
Hey,
say
speak
Tubcast?
up.
Yes,
Thank-
you did.
Oh, I turned your mic down.
Yeah, you turned me
Sorry.
way down.
Sorry,
Jeez,
Kuipers.
jeez.
I mean, you were trying...
What was that email?
The
Kuipers?
lube.
Yeah.
You know what? You know what? Kuiper's put it right down there. Right
already-
down there.
It's the loop.
Guess what? It's there.
It's the other show. The
Before.
Tubcast will be tomorrow night. So tune in for that and join us.
But you could send us an email to that now.
Yeah, you can do that,
And
we'll
we
be
could talk
ready.
about
That's
it
right.
tomorrow.
That's but before we go, we must thank our Patreon peeps. These are all the lovely individuals at the co-producer level. At the co-producer level or higher. That means they donate $10 each and every month to maintain and sustain our time here. We are very appreciative to their generous donations each and every month. You too could be part of the fun. You could go to patreon.com/minutetub and subscribe. Whether it's $1 or $5, $10 or more, we'll be here.
Yeah.
We ain't a cheap friend. All right, thanks everybody. Please go to Patreon and give us money. That's all.
Yeah.
That's all I want.
Yeah.
We want to do more things. We want to
We
make
do.
this show bigger. We want to get we got so many
We want to
plans, so
get a
many
bathtub
dreams.
that we can put mashed potatoes
Yeah,
in.
We got so many dreams. If we had the money,
We
would have a mashed potato
stream.
I would be in a bathtub full of
I
mashed
would hope
potatoes
that we
and
first
gravy.
would go to maybe more cons.
Nah.
No,
I would.
No, straight to the bathtub with gravy and mashed potatoes.
No, honestly, no dissing on the cons, but no. We would do more on the show. That's what we would do with money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This show, that's what it's all about.
It's for the entertainment purposes.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us as always. Tune in tomorrow. We're got a lot to talk about. This detective
Things have been happening.
Pikachu thing is in the news.
I mean,
Yeah.
people hit the wall today.
Yeah.
So
R.I.P. Stan Lee. And we'll be back tomorrow night. So join us.
Yeah.
Don't be shy. Tell your dad to watch. Say, hey, Dad,
He likes it.
there's some cool dads on the internet you should watch.
And some cool not dads.
Kyle's a dad. Don't let him lie to you.
I'm not a dad.
Kuiper's is a
Kuiper's
dad.
is.
Kuiper's is a dad.
Kuiper's is a dad multiple times.
Don't let him lie to you.
It's different women. Don't worry about it.
I've met all of Kuiper's children.
I plead the fifth.
As you should, Kuipers. As you
Don't
should.
I
lie.
feel like tomorrow night we need to get a swipe left update too.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, everybody, join us tomorrow night if you can.
Yeah.
And we'll figure out next week. If we're not in your podcast feed, then hey, guess what? We didn't do a podcast. Sorry.
That's what happens.
We'll be back the following week. Whatever. We love you, though.